the state of Florida, a lot of folks who come here typically think that the state is jungle-like in its appearance. But historically, most of the state was dominated by natural communities known as pine savannas. So a very open, rich, hyper-diverse plant community. Unfortunately, today, there's not a lot of pine savannas left intact, with much of them being cleared and destroyed for human usage. But with that said, there is a lot of interest in conserving remnants as well as restoring these natural communities, especially within wildlife corridors. The problem, though, is restoring these systems after they've been cleared and converted to non-native pasture or agricultural use is insanely hard and expensive. And unfortunately, many times, especially at large scales, these restoration projects fail outright. So in my research, I thought to try and figure out why this is and what we can do to make restoration more cost-effective. One of the first things I noticed was that most practitioners focus very heavily on acquiring and seeding one species in particular, wiregrass. And wiregrass is the focus because folks believe it is a keystone species in pine savannas, meaning essentially it's of critical importance to the system's integrity and diversity. However, when you visit remnant pine savannas, wiregrass is not always a dominant species. It's often just one of many grass species. So as a researcher, I began to question, do we really need to focus on wiregrass? What about other native grasses? So in my research, I investigated using other grasses, namely those that were more common and cheaper and found in pine savannas. Among the grasses, what I found was that one species in particular, lovegrass, established vastly better than wiregrass and also did not seem to outcompete other desirable plants. Because of this high establishment rate, lovegrass also appeared to help with weed suppression too. We should be exploring using lovegrass in our restoration projects and adding them to our seed mixtures. There's really no other habitats like this in the world. It's a very diverse system that has been neglected traditionally, and it's important to the character of what made Florida in terms of the folks who came here, established this state. It tells us our story, and so that to me is very important to try and preserve, not only just from a biodiversity perspective but from a cultural impact.